It's the South Florida Pete Lover.
Yeah, you gotta wait until the bitch tells you that she's recording. Otherwise, I don't know how this is. Check out the other one, the last video we did. Anyhow, we're back. We just did a review um, about a Talisker, a Montadillo, Amoroso cast finish. Um, it's a really good malt, really good. In my opinion, a lot better than the regular Talisker 10. You feel the ppm's a little lower. It's a lot more luscious here than the other one. The other one, I think, is just solely American oak. This one, apparently, it is that process with a further maturation in Amoroso cask. It doesn't really detail as far as the length of that additional process, but nonetheless, I suspect there is coloring added, being a Diageo, brand, and of course, the uh, the ABV is higher than normal. It's 45.8, almost 46. I don't know in terms of chill filtration whether that's within those parameters or not, but here we go. That's
Well, that's
what
the
we
point.
had last video. But this video,
Yeah.
uh, we are not matching anything. So he's drinking something else, and I'm drinking something that I don't think we've ever done. One of my favorite single malts, Scotch, from
I love
the Glendronach distillery.
I love
It's called the
Glenn.
Revival, and it's a combination of Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry cask. So this is a really, really good malt.
Like almost everything they make, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
almost everything they make. Like I know they went away from the and we had a Portwood. I think the Portwood was good, but I had a little bit of that wine taste in the background.
I have
Um,
one of those. If you still have, I haven't even opened it.
no, I don't have the Portwood, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had to pick again, and I had a choice of a Portwood and a 12 Jornak or a 15 or an 18 or 21, I wouldn't pick the Portwood. Not because it's bad, but because it's got that wine kind of, I don't know, background to it that just, to me, it takes away the essence from what the
Being a
Glendronach
Scotch.
I fell in love with, right? Like Glendronach to me is a superb product than Macallan is, in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so, I'm not trying to sway anybody here. I'm just telling you, I know a little bit now after more than 10 years of doing this shit that that Glendronach does it right. But besides the point, I just want to tell you, I picked up something called the Naked Grouse in Dominican Republic. I was there about 5 months ago. I stopped at one of these shops and I'm like, oh man, I love the Naked Grouse. I'm sorry, what was the other one we used to do, Tito? The Black Grouse. Oh, we have the Black Grouse. We've done
Yeah.
the
There's a snow grouse too, but
the
that one
Snow
is
Grouse. I don't think we've done the Snow Grouse, but I
There's a
know,
black grouse. There's a black grouse.
yeah, we've done the Black Grouse, but I don't know if we did the actual video on it. Anyway, but here's where I'm going with it. So this is what I know about these folks right here. Anything that's the Naked Grouse or Black Grouse and all that, but the Naked Grouse for sure, right? These folks blend a whole bunch of stuff from like the bottom of the barrels, from like Macallan's and Highland Parks, because they're owned by the same folks.
Glen Rothers. There's Glen Rothers in there.
And Glen Rothers. And they make a excellent blended malt, and I love it. I love it. I've been waiting for this moment so I can actually share with you guys. I did have a little bit. I loved it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold off because the holidays are coming. And this is another holiday edition. So with no further ado, I'm going to pour this sucker and give you a little bit of my mind on it while you sit on that drone neck there.
There's a lot of sherry in there, bro.
Mm.
Oh, this Glendronach is so good. Yeah.
Look at that. It's just beautiful.
And I don't think there's coloring added in there. I don't think so. I mean, it's so sherry pungent. It's so good. I haven't had it in a while, and it's so affordable.
It's all sherry on the nose. Oh
Yeah.
Right? And this is by far, I think I picked this up for like $45 in DR. And so bottle at 43% alcohol by volume at 750 ml. And man, I'm telling you, this is like almost drinking a Macallan. I can smell it. I can smell the Macallan profile all over it right now.
And I don't know what the ratio is with all those casks, but there's definitely you can tell the
Yeah,
Highland Park too. I could tell the Glen Rothes. It's a really nice brand.
it is. I'm actually glad you picked the Revival, right? Because Revival is one of my favorites. And that bottle goes here for about $100 right now.
Yeah,
Um,
$95.
yeah, you can get it for, yeah, I will say about between 95 and $99 right now, which I think is a great price point for a bottle like that when you think about all the other crap you get for $100.
But the funny thing is that you got the 12 and the 15 and the Parliament, the 21. They're all a
My
mixture of they're all a mixture of Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso. The only one that's just Oloroso is the 18. I think it's called the Allardyce. And then you go from 95, $100, and then you jump to like 200 for just 18-year-old with just Oloroso. I don't know. It's still good. I've had it. I used to buy when it was like $75 10, 12 years ago. And now the price just skyrocketed. I mean, it's so difficult to get a Parliament. I have a buddy, and I'm telling you, Total Wine, for those of you that live in the US, Total Wine is just like a Costco size store
Oh yeah,
full of wine and
it's
spirits.
it's an alcoholic's dream.
Yeah.
You,
And I've been with him right next to his computer in which he could check in his database all of the alcohol, provided or that are being shipped into the United States. And he could not get me a Parliament. He could not get me a 21-year-old GlenDronach.
yeah, the 21 Dronach is hard to get your hands on in the US, unless you get it from like the Whiskey Exchange or like Master of Malts or something like that.
Well, I'll tell
And
you this. I found one like 2 months ago, but it was $320. Would I
wow,
pay $320 again for a bottle? I haven't done that in a while. Normally, you go to a store and you average single malt. Every time that I buy something, nothing's less than 100. Oh my God.
yeah, that falls under the WO folder, walkouts. Now,
Yeah,
just file it under a WO folder because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to
yeah,
walk it out.
yeah. Don't give me any ideas. I'm trying to be clean.
Yeah. So let me just say, bro, while you nose that shit, bro, I have to tell you that the nose is strictly a Macallan on this. I have no other way to explain it. Macallan's got this flavor and nose profile that no one else has, right? And it's very consistent, and I give them that because almost every Macallan that I pick up, you're going to smell or taste some of it, right? And so it's almost like a combination of maybe some burnt cinnamon, very subtle, with caramel toffee and other things amongst that, like maybe some brown sugar, but it's just a lot of that stuff in there. And this right here gonna be better blended than I don't know any other blends that I can honestly say that they blended better than this one. This one is fantastic, highly recommended, and it's got a great price point. And for those that don't know what that is, it's almost like the monkey shoulder. Like when you think about a monkey shoulder, you think
It's another pure malt by the Glenlivet people.
It's a blended malt, right? And so it's by the Glenfiddich folks, right? And so they blend all that Glenfiddich stuff in there, and they create this monkey shoulder. And the price point on the monkey shoulder, I just saw the other day, $31. You cannot go wrong. Now they sell the big fucking liter jugs, like they do the
1.75.
Yeah, like they do the black labels, like the big joints.
For like
That's
60 cents.
right there. Well spent. I think Monkey Shoulder does a phenomenal job, like the Danky Grousers, but I can't compare them both because I'm more of I like more the flavor profile or the taste profile on the Naked Grouse than I really do on the Monkey Shoulder. Not that the Monkey Shoulder is not good, but I think this one's better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I to be honest with you, I've had the Monkey Shoulder, but I never went back to it because of course, just like any other scotch, there's so many other ones out there that you find and you're like, oh shit, you put that to the side, and then you never go back to it because you find yourself like running into so many different ones. I'll be honest with you, we are not the type. I am not going to. At least I'm talking for myself. I am not going to go out there and this is no disrespect to anyone. This is just simply an opinion. It is a humble opinion. Um, I am not like 13, 14 years ago when I started buying scotch where you could find Yamasaki 18 for 130 bucks. This is not like that
Those days
anymore.
are gone.
Yeah, those days are gone. And I'm not here to promote something that I'm not going to, cheer for lack of a better term. I am simply not going to go and continue to buy 200 plus bottles of scotch. Look, it's the holidays. And although I don't prefer to drink blended scotch, I do have uh, um, a tender, side for the Blue Label Johnny Walker. I do think it's good, at least for my palate.
Yeah,
That it's overrated in many people's opinion. I think it is. I
yeah.
think that for those 250 bucks that you normally get in an average, you could get a nice pair of great single malts.
Oh, bro, I will even say, hold that thought. I will even say I will get an 18 Buchanan and be happy with it.
Well, and having said that, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I just happen to like, maybe because of the holiday spirit, to drink Johnny Walker Blue. It is a preference of mine to do that. I've been doing it for years, but I'm not going to go out there and spend four, five, $600 in a bottle of scotch. I don't think I will do that anymore. I the most I've spent in a bottle of scotch has been like 540
Bro,
bucks.
listen to this. Remember when you and I went down to Beaver Creek, Colorado, with our families,
Oh yeah, I
right?
remember right now what those were.
And we stopped and got two 21-year-olds. You remember where they were?
Of
It
course,
was a
bro. The
Barbini 21.
archive,
It was a
by Glenlivet. Uh-huh.
in a 21-year-old, right? A Portwood Balbini, right?
Right.
And I remember having a conversation with one of my professors because at the time I was finishing my MBA, and he said to me, and I don't know if you remember this. He said he loves
Glenlivet.
no. He was talking about the what's the one that makes it La Santa,
Oh, Glenmorangie.
the Glenmorangie. So he said the Glenmorangie gives me everything I want because I can find something really good between 80 bucks and 120 bucks and be happy with it. I don't need to go to the high end stuff, right? And so that kind of stuck to me to say, and I'm saying that to say that buying the most expensive stuff as we started, right, it doesn't necessarily always translate to it is the best thing you're actually going to taste.
Yeah, and the same goes for just because it's older doesn't mean it's better. I've had 12-year-old scotches that they're a lot better than an 18 or 21. But going back to what I was trying to convey here, yeah, I remember your professor. And you know what? I do agree with him. And perhaps back then I didn't because I was too much into trying to find, at that point, I thought that the more expensive they were, the better they were. And no, man, that's just wrong. Uh, Another thing, and one of the reasons why it was clear at the beginning, no offense to anyone, it's not that we can't afford it. Believe me, I could splurge $500 a week
Yeah,
and buy a bottle
yeah,
of scotch.
president. I could do all
Yeah,
of that myself.
not about that. There's other channels, in which guys do it. And, I applaud that because I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker spent $1,000 on this. What the fuck, 15 years ago, I would have probably done things like that. I'm not saying that they are stupid. I'm just saying that I have changed. I don't think that set of mind is no longer crossing under my bridge. It is not like that. For those of you that like doing that, by all means, continue to do so because I enjoy watching those videos. And I enjoy those guys spending all that hard-earned money, in shit that they like. Once again, it's not that we don't like the scotch. It's just that at this point in time, my priorities have shifted. And yes, I could just go ahead right now and go to Total Wine and pull, I don't know, maybe a 30-year-old Balbini, $600-700, and it would not hurt me financially. But that doesn't mean go ahead and do it. I applaud the people that have the means to do it and still, pull the trigger and go and get them. Because let me tell you, I'm enjoying that with them as they're popping that cork, and I'm like, shit, I wish I would just pour some shit in here,
Yeah, just do a fucking little drip on my glass. But
Yeah.
all that to say that, I personally think that, yeah, there are some great ones, right, that you could spend the money. Like the Yamasaki 18 is a great one.
If you find it.
Yeah, would I spend the $900 or $1,000 that they're asking for? The answer is absolutely not, because there is absolutely nothing that is going to do. Look, I went to a very exclusive cigar bar with a friend of mine, and the guy's a multimillionaire up in Beverly Hills, and we sit down to this bar, and they got, a whole bunch of shit that I would never even taste in my life. But when it comes to the cigars, the smallest, or the cheapest, rather, was like $275 for a cigar. He picked up a $1,000 stick, and I'm like, yo, I can't do this. Like, there's no way I'm gonna pay $275. He's like, don't worry about it, I got it. I'm like, no, that's not even the point. I asked him, so what's the difference between that $1,000 cigars you're smoking right now, right, and that box of Rocket Patels that I got you, right, that were really exclusive, that each one, if we average them, they're probably a 50 a pop, He said, no, there's really not much of a difference. I will enjoy the shit out of either one, but it's just the place, right, the exclusiveness, the this, the that, right, like all of that combined and adds up to a price that honestly I'm not attracted to. I just want the finer things in life, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this shit right here gives it to me. This bottle right here is superb. I wish I had a whole box of this, because I will be drinking this shit year round, and it's fantastic. And I pay less than $50 for it. Love it. The Naked Growl. Go get yourself one if you haven't found one. If you don't know anything about it, grab yourself one. If you haven't seen a revival and you haven't spent the money for it, spend $100. You're gonna love that. You're gonna love it. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. But just to recap on everything we were saying, guys, by all means, no one in particular. We're not mentioning names because there aren't any. In fact, those guys that I have seen, I don't even know their names. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they live in Colombia. It's a Spanish channel, and these guys just go on a rampage buying all this. I mean, yeah, they have money, obviously, and I won't lie to you. If I win the lottery, would I like splurge on $1,000 bottle of, I don't know, because Macallan 25-year-old is like $2,000, $2,000 for a Macallan 25-year-old. Will I do that? Even have won, the lottery? I don't think so. I don't, because I don't. Like I said, 15 years ago, when I first started this journey, perhaps I would have gone. But then again, 15 years ago, I was 30 years old. Now you get wiser, and even though forget your maturity level, even knowing that you have $1 million in the bank, I don't think I'll be able to pull the trigger now at this time and point. Perhaps back then, yes, but then once again, everybody wastes their money in whatever they want. Everyone drinks their whiskey or bourbon or whatever, whether you want to cold or with ice on the rocks, whatever, Guys, none of us friends here in the U.S. I just want to clarify that shit, because we have good friends that splurge, and it's no what you call it? I can't think of the term, but this guy, I just want to clarify, these guys are in Colombia, okay? Yeah, you were going to say something?
Let me just say to the same point you were going to. I know some folks, I know quite a bit of folks that are multi-fucking billionaire. Well, millionaires, not billion. One billionaire. This guy actually owns his own vineyard, right? And this guy bottles his own wine and gives it away to friends every year, which I get a bottle every year. And So I asked him, I said, hey, listen, because he said, hey, Carlos, you know, we do wine tastings in my house. You should come sometime. I mean, the guy's in California in a hill. You know, he's got all, I mean, real estate like you won't believe. And he said, we do wine tastings in my house. You should come over. I said, oh, yeah, well, let me ask you this. So, you know, I know who you hang around with. What do you task people to come with, right? When you're doing a wine tasting? I'm thinking to myself, these guys bring $1,000, $2,000 bottle. Nope. He goes, Carlos, what we do is we ask them to bring the best bottle they can find under $20 fucking dollars. And these guys are all millionaires. And I said, so why do you do that? And he goes, because we figure out it's such a great range on the $20 of good stuff. Why should we be spending all that crazy money? And these are guys that are millionaires. So I will say that this is probably applies the same way. And I will argue that a wine fetish or habit, right, is more expensive than us buying scotch and whiskey and bourbon. Because in one bottle, if you buy a $200 bottle, you're going to drink that shit in about 3, maybe 4 glasses in one night. Whereas if I spend $2,000 on a bottle of scotch, that's just probably going to last me over a year or 2 or 3 because I have some of the other ones and I'm not drinking that one every day, you know? So anyway, all that to say that even the people that are self-conscious, they have all this money that we probably will never see in our lifetime, still are conscious of price and taste and how do they really want to actually enjoy that.
Yeah, I think it was a good point. It came out left field though. We just started talking about it. But then again, there's guys that I know, personal, close guys that I know that this guy just cracked a blue label the other day, and he had a fucking tumbler full of ice, and he just poured that thing like if it was fucking apple juice. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "No, that's how I like it." I said, "You know what? I'm sorry, I overreacted. You bought it. That's how you like it. That's how you drink it. I'm not getting in. Just you want ice on yours? No, 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 no. I don't want any ice on mine. I just like to drink it neat. That is my preference. That's why I have to respect the way you want to drink it. There's no right way to drink this stuff. You drink it how you want. Especially if you bought it, bro, drink it how you want it. You want to mix, I don't know, a Glengoyne 21, you want to mix it with some ice or throw in some Coke like they do in the Dominican Republic. They normally put Coke, ice, and rum. Well, to do the same thing, you give them a bottle of scotch. What do you think those motherfuckers are going to do? They're going to do the same shit, same application, regardless of the age statement, same application. So that's how they like it. That's how they drink it. They bought it. Drink it how you want it,
Yeah, there's one thing to be said about that, though, is, if I'm going to share something exquisite with somebody, I want to share with people that are not going to be the ones that are fucking just pound shots and let's go. Like, I want to share with somebody can enjoy. Like me and my brother. Like my brother says, "Yo, I got this exquisite bottle, and I don't want to fucking share with anybody, but I know you will enjoy it. We'll have a drink." I will do the same for him. It's not like I got some of my boys. I love them to death, but these guys are okay with just taking a shot of fucking Fireball. That's not, you know what I mean? It's just not that. So also I have to be selective of who I'm drinking my stuff with. I'm not drinking it by myself. Because not everybody has the same palate, not everybody has the same level of appreciation, and not everyone has the same level of awareness on what is better or good or great.
And then there are drinks that are meant to be savored, like if I'm going to a party, like I was in a party on Saturday, and they were just serving flat out Black Label. I'm not discriminating. It's not my preference. I still didn't have it on the rocks. I have it neat, but I've been in a bar, being the first or the second customer, where the cheapest scotch, they want to charge you $20 for a 12-year-old Macallan, and they want to give you like 35 milliliters. And I'm like, okay, if I want to really scotch, I got Macallan, so the yin yanks in my house. Fucking give me the $6 dram, which is Johnny Walker Black, no rocks. And I've had it, and it's like, it feels like at the end of the night, at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, when they're gathering everything and they're cleaning up the joint, they pour it back in the bottle. That's how it tasted. So, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't enjoy it. It's not my preference. But then again, there's so many other ones that I like. There's a lot of guys that they will have killed for that Octomore. 100 and I think it was 100. I'm sorry. It's 133.8 ppm, not 113, like I said earlier in the other video. 133.8. You know, I've been doing this for over a decade. And let me tell you, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that, high ppm. I don't know. Despite with the South Florida peat lovers, I don't know. That's too much peat. It's just too much. Like I said, I haven't tried it just based on the highest Scotch with ppm that I've had. I think it was an Ardbeg. I don't know if it was an Alligator. I forget. That was many years ago. And at that point, I was like, oof, I don't know if I can continue to drink this. And then it'll ruin your palate. At least it ruined my palate. And I couldn't drink anything else that was sweeter or lighter. Oh, God forbid you have something with 50 ppm, at least my palate. And then you try to go to a bourbon cask mature, I don't know, maybe Glenmorangie. You won't enjoy it because your palate is already saturated with all the peat. Imagine 133.8. I don't know. Go figure.
I can honestly tell you that, and I'll leave you guys with this, right? There is no right or wrong when you're picking what you like, right? And so this is a great example of this video because, I could have picked something a little bit higher to try to match what my brother's got because I love the GlenDronach, right? Love it. I know what I'm getting every single time. There's no in between. I know I'm getting a quality product and I'm getting what I like, right? Yeah. Once I get through that, it's all good. But just to make the point, though, that it doesn't really matter what you get as long as you enjoy what you're drinking. It doesn't matter the price and all of that doesn't matter. This Naked Grouse, the fact that the price point because of how much I paid for it, I will easily price a bottle like this at $100, $120, and I know that when people try it, they will actually buy it. The fact
if you blind taste people, I can guarantee you don't tell them what they're drinking, and they go like, "Bro, how much is it?" You can tell them, "Look, I got this guy that normally $120, but he could get it for 80 under the table, no taxes." Everybody will be forking you $80, and you'll bring the product. That's how good that Naked Grouse is.
The Naked Grouse is extremely good. I am not even downplaying it. I love it. I will even say this: the Macallan 12 is not as good as this one.
It hasn't been for a long time. In fact, I have.
But it isn't. But we've been great advocates of Macallan for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not that we, I'm not trying to downplay Macallan and what they got going on. All I'm saying is,
I'll show you when they were good. Keep them talking. I'll show you when they were good. Nice one, but not strong enough. Check this out. This is when they were good. I think I saved like 3 of these. I can only find one in that mess. You guys remember this box?
Yeah. Look at the old school joints. Yeah.
Yeah. This is pure sherry. There was no triple cask or double cask or fine oak. When I had this, fine oak had not come out yet. You guys remember this? Look at this. Look at this.
This is when Macallan was on the top of their game.
This is when I fell in love with this product. And like I said in that meet that we had with Jeremy and
Rob.
Unfortunately, my first trip to Scotland will be now in March. And because of all of these years of changes in the distillery, I don't know exactly what's happened, but it's just not the same. I will not be visiting the Macallan distillery. I have other things in mind, like for instance, Balvenie. I'm a humongous fan of Balvenie. I just
let me hold on a second. I will tell you personally, I think it's a mistake if you don't go, simply because the shit that don't come here, you don't know what you're gonna get over there. And if you're within range to stop by and taste some shit, bro, remember this. When you went to all the distilleries over in Kentucky, you discover shit that probably doesn't even make it to market, right?
Yeah, like billets. I had disqualified billets. Right. I mean, I was like, oh, forget about it.
Look at this. You're talking about bullet, just like that, bro. Like, there's shit, bro, that doesn't fucking make it here. I wouldn't completely just discard Macallan. I would just say that whatever the shit that's making it here, right, is really not up to par to the shit that we fell in love with. You know what I mean? So there may be a whole bunch of other shit that you have no idea is cooking over there.
I'm saving. I have a 12-year-old, a new broad shoulder Macallan, both sherry oak and double cask in this. And I'm gonna save that video so when we're together, face to face, so we could compare the three.
Yeah, let's
This
do it.
with a new sherry oak version and the new double cask, or what is it that they call it? Yeah, I think it's double cask what they call it.
Yeah, it is double cast. It comes
So,
like in a blue box. It's a blue box, like a dark blue. But anyway, listen, I don't want to drag it anymore. I can tell you right now that I'm enjoying the crap out of this. By the time my wife gets here, I'll be probably a little. There you go. That's the one. I'll probably be a little bit tipsy, and I know she's probably going to want to have a glass of nice Cabernet, which I will join for that as well. And so, anyway, bro, that is a beautiful broad shoulder bottle that I love. I love everything Macallan does, man. I'm just a little bit disappointed in some of the products made here, and so it's all good. If I'm going, whenever I decide to go, which is probably going to be when I turn, 12 years old, when I'm a late baby. I was born in February 29th. I will be turning 48 in 2024. I'm definitely going to Scotland. At that point, I'm definitely going to go and see what Macallan's got going on. But I don't have anything else left. Naked Grouse, 43%. Get your hands on it if you can. It's a wonderful, wonderful dram. I love it. I wish I would have taken more. And for my brother, what did you got going on there before we shut it down?
well, now that you brought that up, it's funny you mentioned this up, and we do, a lot of budget whiskeys, scotch in this case. A lot of people go to the store and they just bypass and go, Toyota makes a wonderful product. I've been a fan of Toyota for many, many years. Do I buy Toyotas? No, I don't. Do I own a Toyota? No, I do not. Do I think in the future I will? No, I won't. But I know they make quality stuff. So because of word of mouth, people say, I should just get a reliable vehicle. What do? They go and get a Toyota. Well, that's the case. What do people do normally when you go to a party? What you want to mix it? Get a black label, or I don't know, step it up, get a Glenlivet, a 12-year-old, or get a Glenfiddich, a 12-year-old. A lot of people bypass these products like that one, like the Naked Grouse. And let me tell you, don't. Just
don't do it.
Time. No, if you're already in your car and you're driving to the store, at least take an extra 5-10 minutes and look. It's just awareness. Just educate yourself a little bit, and just because look at the product. In fact, last time I saw it was $36.99. So if you pay $45 in the DR, it was a little steep though. That's just mainly what you guys got to do. Just just go to the store and take that extra step. I enjoy going to the store, to Total Wine and many other liquor stores. All the liquor stores that I go to, I'm always speaking. I'm always asking, do you have anything else in the back that you haven't brought up here? Just to see if I can find hidden things that they don't normally put in shelves. So that's pretty much what I got. The GlenDronach 15, I've been drinking it for years, over 10 years. Have they changed? Yes, they have. They changed ownership too. I think now it's no longer 46%. They brought it down to either 43 or 40. I don't remember. There was a big controversy. There was YouTubers that were talking about it. And I think there's a lady that's heading she's the master blender now.
She is. Yeah,
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
But
So
listen, run. South Florida P lovers. We're gonna pause these. We'll see you guys again. Me and my brother, we're gonna keep it strong. See ya.